Three Congress party leaders have raised the 2019 Pulwama terror strikes during the 2024 elections. From Congress candidate from Jalandhar and former Chief Minister Channi to party candidate from Faridabad, Mahinder Pratap Singh, to the Punjab Congress chief, Amrinder Singh Raja Waring. Now, is there a pattern to this? And by blaming the BJP, are they letting Pakistan off the hook? Remember, the National Investigation Agency had filed a 13,000-page charge sheet with evidence. The question is this politics over national security? Congress rakes up the 2019 Pulwama terror strike again. During the 2024 election campaign, Congress candidate Mahinder Pratap Singh in Faridabad claimed Narendra Modi government secured its second term in office due to Pulwama. He referred to the statement made by former Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik regarding his proposal to airlift soldiers to Kashmir from Jammu.
उन्होंने कहा ये तुम्हारा काम नहीं, तुम अपना काम करिए। और वो खेद हो गया। अगर फिर भी हम ना माने तो भैया तो ईश्वरी मालिक है। इससे बड़ी कोताही हमारे फर्ज पर और कोई नहीं है। तो दूसरा पुलवामा वादा वो हो गया। अब तीसरी पारी की तैयारी।
Singh is not the first Congress candidate to rake up Pulwama in the run-up to the elections. Earlier, Punjab Congress chief Amrinder Singh Raja Waring had also raked up the Pulwama terror strike, insisting the mystery of Pulwama attack remains unsolved. He too alleged an ulterior political motive.
पुलवामा दी अज भी बहुत वड्डी मिस्ट्री है, बहुत वड्डी कहानी है। उथों दे गवर्नर की कह रहे ने, तुसी देखे ना पुलवामा दी, सो पता नहीं किस मामले च की कहानी निकल सकती है। और बीजेपी, मैं पुंछ की गल नहीं कर रहा, बीजेपी चुनाव दे दरमियान कुछ भी कर सकती है।
Former Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, also a Congress party candidate, stirred a hornet's nest after the recent Punch IAF convoy terror attack, alleging the BJP resorted to stuntbazi to win elections.
ऐसा है कि ये स्टंटबाजी हो रही है, हमले नहीं हो रहे। पिछली बार भी जब इलेक्शन आते हैं तो ऐसे स्टंट खेले जाते हैं और बीजेपी को जिताने का संविधान तैयार किया जाता है। लोग मरवाने और लोगों के लाशों पे खेलना, ये बीजेपी को आता है।
However, after a huge outrage, he issued a clarification, though insisting Pulwama terror strike mystery remained.
जो पहले पुलवामा में अटैक हुआ, मैं उसकी आज भी निंदा करता हूं, उस दिन भी की थी। और जो अब अटैक हुआ, मैं उसकी आज भी निंदा करता हूं, उसके दिन भी की थी। और जिन्होंने अटैक किया, उनकी शराकत करके उनको ठोकना चाहिए। ये मैं पहले भी कह चुका हूं, आज भी कहता हूं।
Defense Minister Rajnath Singh hit back at the Congress, accusing it of politics of negativity and politicizing India's war on Pakistan's state-sponsored terror.
पंजाब के एक वरिष्ठ मंत्री हैं कांग्रेस के, चरणजीत सिंह जी चन्नी, उन्होंने कह दिया कि चुनावी स्टंट है। क्या हम लोग अपने सेना के जवानों पर आतंकवादी हमला कराएंगे? ये लोग देश की सुरक्षा के साथ, इस देश के स्वाभिमान के साथ करना क्या चाहते हैं?
The National Investigation Agency had probed the February 2019 Pulwama terror attack and filed a charge sheet in August 2020, naming the Maulana of terror Masood Azhar of Pakistan-based banned terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed as the mastermind and Adil Dar as the suicide bomber. There were 19 accused in the case, including 7 Pakistani terrorists. India has repeatedly urged Pakistan to crack down on radical Islamist terror, harming India from Pakistani territory. But in domestic political battles, is Pakistan being let off the hook? Bureau Report, India Today. Are some of our political leaders cutting their nose to spite the country's face? And in domestic political battles, are we letting Pakistan off the hook? Joining me on the special broadcast, Lieutenant General Atta Hasnain, former Kashmir Corps Commander. Sushant Sareen is a senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation. Both keep a hawk eye on Jammu and Kashmir and, of course, activities across the border. Rashid Kidwai is a very well-respected political analyst and has covered the Congress party for decades. Rashid Kidwai, are these random statements? First Channi, then Waring, and now Mahinder Pratap Singh? Or is there a pattern? And what's the thinking in the Congress if Pulwama and Balakot were the reasons why the Congress lost in 2019? Why is it being raked in 2024, sir?
I think, first of all, these remarks are quite uncalled for and unfortunate. And of course, facts are a casualty here. But I don't see there is a design or there is a purpose on the part of officially the Congress party or Team Rahul Gandhi to be doing it. In Congress, actually, there is nobody is in command. Supposedly, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is a Congress president, but the political leadership is with Rahul Gandhi. And Rahul Gandhi and for the better Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, they think it is not their job to, discipline or tame people. We saw this similar thing had happened in case of Sam Pitroda. Earlier, when he had made a remark which was detrimental to Congress interests, he was warned, but he was let off. Second time also, he was not sacked, he was asked to step down, resign.
But this is something very serious. This is playing with the country's security. This is something that involves Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan state-sponsored terror and our security forces. Sushant Sareen, does this end up being a case of cutting your nose to spite your face? Is that what Congress leaders are doing here?
Yeah, quite clearly, where I disagree with my friend Rashid is, this has become a kind of a culture in the Congress party, unfortunately, and one never expected that Congress party, which was the party of natural governance in India until some time back, which was the party which was seen as the political force which would keep India together, is now seen as a political force whose members very openly side with terrorists. It's unfortunate. I never thought we would see a day like this. But look at them. There are 3 points, Gaurav, out here. One, the caliber of politicians. Look at this guy who's standing from Faridabad, some lowlife. What is he saying? Has he even bothered to read what happened at the time of Pulwama? Inclement weather, convoys were gathering out there, and because there was logistical problems, you could not carry out flights, partly because of weather reasons and partly because of other reasons. So you had to send a convoy by road. And are you saying that in the valley is so unsafe that Indian soldiery cannot travel on roads? Is that his point? Is this man, if he was to become an MP, can you trust national security with him? That's the first point. The second point is, as a political strategy, it's inexplicable where these guys are coming from, because already the BJP has arrogated to itself the platform of national security.
Okay.
That national security is safe with BJP. The Congress party, the rank and file of the Congress party, including senior leaders, I don't want to name them out here, seem to be handing over national security on a platter to the BJP. And finally, on the whole issue of national security in itself, apart from the rough and tumble of domestic politics, what are you trying to convey? Tomorrow the Pakistanis will say, but look, it is your candidates, your politicians who are saying this. So you are throwing egg on your face, and as you very correctly said, you are cutting India's nose to spite somebody's face just for your, these political battles which you are fighting.
Let me take this to General Hasnain. Let me take this to General Hasnain. Sir, is this letting Pakistan-based terrorist organizations like Jaish-e-Mohammed off the hook? Pakistan, as Sushant Sareen just said, will turn around and say, Charanjit Singh Channi is a former chief minister of a border state like Punjab. Waring is Punjab Congress chief. Mahinder Pratap Singh is Congress candidate from Faridabad. All of them are saying that these terror attacks BJP is to blame, or these are the recent attack is a stuntbazi to win elections.
See, Gaurav, first of all, thank you for including me in this very interesting debate here. Obviously, these are political times, and I can see that the Congress candidate is trying to make some kind of a political capital of raising an issue which otherwise is not alive at the moment at all. Now, having said that, obviously he has no idea about what happened. He's not even been briefed about this at all. Because at the time when it happened, remember 2019, we were heading after on the 14th of February, we were heading towards a lower level of militancy.
Yes.
Overall, the guard may not have been down as such, but militancy, terrorists, everything was at a much lower profile. And that is a time when perhaps what happened was an intelligence, a brief intelligence blip took place. And because of that, an incident happened. Now, this has been happening for the better part of 35 years. And during the Congress reign itself, for the better part of almost 25 years, this was a continuous process which happened. I happened to serve at that particular time too.
Yes.
No one took up criticism of the army because the army was fighting with its hands tied at the back, and everyone knew what is the kind of operations which the army is conducting here. So this was, no one ever made political capital out of it. I'm surprised that people are falling for allegations such as false flags and things like that today. This is not the time to raise these issues. Kashmir is on the mend.
Unless there's a bigger pattern, unless there's a bigger game plan, a sinister game plan. But Rashid Kidwai, Punjab Congress chief calls Pulwama a mystery after 4 years, and after 4 years of the National Investigation Agency filing a 13,800-page charge sheet. And they can all read this India Today magazine, the bomb maker of Pulwama, the inside story. Sir, how is it a mystery for Waring, who's the Punjab Congress chief, in 2024 when the NIA filed a charge sheet in 2020?
Gaurav, look, this is election time. Pakistan is sought to be brought in the center stage of Indian politics and electioneering. Fact of the matter is, Congress has fought 3 decisive battles against Pakistan and broke Pakistan into, 2 pieces when there were Congress prime ministers, whether it was 1948, or there was 1965, or 1971. There is no political gain for leaders of Punjab or Haryana to be making this kind of statement as part of their, political campaign.
Okay.
Or for that matter, what you're referring to as a sinister design. Let me just complete one more thing. You see, this has been a part of political rhetoric, and it's very unfortunate, as I said, for these leaders to be articulating this kind of thing. See, Gaurav, the bottom line is the difference between the Indian state and government of India is sought to be blurred for political purposes. That has been going on since 2014. As a result, some politicians recklessly and thoughtlessly, I would say, attack. When they try to attack government, they end up attacking institutions that should not be attacked. So this is the long and short of it. Foolish strategy, but nothing sinister in it.
Fair enough. Though Sushant Sareen and General Hasnain may have a bone to pick about 47-48 being victory, we lost a major part of our country, of Jammu and Kashmir, to Pakistan. It remains in their custody, unfortunately, but in their illegal control. But Sushant Sareen, Punjab is a very sensitive border state. How do you explain a former Punjab chief minister and a state Congress president, the current state Congress president of Punjab, raising doubts about Pulwama when India is trying to nail Pakistan to crack down on Jaish-e-Mohammed? Is this giving Pakistan a get-out-of-jail-free pass?
Quite clearly it is, Gaurav, and frankly, the misery which has been visited on Punjab is precisely because of this kind of leadership. There are crazies in all kinds of parties, in all kinds of countries around the world. There are people who still think 9/11 was a conspiracy internally hatched by the Americans, not by Osama bin Laden, who's already admitted it. But those crazies are on the fringe. Here they are mainstream. That's one. Secondly, again, I have a bone to pick with Rashid. When he says that, the Congress did that in 65, in 71, that was a different Congress party. That was a Congress party which was precisely what I said, party of national security, party of natural governance. This Congress party is not a patch on that Congress party. This is an NGO right now. That is the second point. The third point is, on this whole business of BJP has brought in Pakistan. Pakistan was nowhere on the agenda in the first 2 phases. It was precisely these kind of utterances by Congress leaders, by some of the other people in the opposition who are raking up these issues and giving it on a platter to the BJP. Now, if you're going to bowl a full toss, the other guy is liable to hit it for a 6. So
Okay.
I cannot understand this political strategy, but quite clearly, you know, the people across the border, and because I watch Pakistan very closely, are very enthused by that very slim chance that these people might actually come into power.
And
Because
General
they
Hasnain-
think that if that happens, then, you know, it's game set match to them. So I really wish these people would get their act together and the political rhetoric together and not make these kind of boo-boos.
Okay, General Hasnain, because from the pictures of the bomb makers as they were putting these bombs together, those pictures were recovered from that phone of that killed Pakistani terrorist Umar Farooq, to details of where ammonium nitrate was purchased, to the detail about that woman terrorist supporter Insha Jan, to other local supporter, local support that these Pakistani terrorists had. How solid is the investigation and the evidence in your appreciation, this 13,800 pages of charge sheet as mentioned in this India Today magazine?
Gaurav, the area of Pulwama is the area where I served as the Colonel Operations of the Victor Force of the Rashtriya Rifles. I know this area backwards like the back of my hand. I can tell you one thing, the NIA needs to be credited, complimented for the manner in which it has carried out this investigation. It is not easy to be able to go through with a fine-tooth comb all that evidence which has been there and put together a picture, a story on this entire issue. On the same issue, I must tell you this,
Yes.
that on the other side in Pakistan, they would obviously be waiting for such things to happen. They know Indian democracy and they know that somewhere or the other, someone is going to throw up these issues which they are going to exploit, they're going to catch on. Unfortunate that this has to happen. This is the time when there should be consensus.
Okay.
Whenever some issues of terrorism arise, I agree on issues of national security on other fronts, on the preparedness of the Indian army and things like that, those issues can still be debated. But the issues of terrorism, which is a dirty war,
Yes.
I wish no political party would raise it and would point his fingers into as efficient an organization as the NIA. And the NIA was set up in the Congress time itself.
I will let
wish
that be
they
the
would
last
support
word.
the NIA.
I will let that be the last word on this part of the show, because clearly, let's not cut our nose to spite our face. Getting even, settling political scores, please leave the security forces out of it. And for facts, read the India Today magazine. You'll get all details of that Pulwama charge sheet. The Pulwama terror strike was a virtual blind case. The first solid clue came from the Pakistani terrorist Umar Farooq's partially damaged Samsung Note mobile phone. This 22-year-old Pakistani terrorist, Umar Farooq, is the nephew of Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Maulana Masood Azhar. He was killed in an encounter on the 29th of March 2019. On India First, we get you facts first. Farooq and the other Pakistani terrorists had smuggled 35 kgs of RDX from Pakistan. Shakir Bashir had purchased ammonium nitrate from a fertilizer shop in Kashmir. Gelatin sticks were arranged illegally from a mining contractor in South Kashmir. A second-hand Maruti Eco minivan was bought from Kashmir Valley for 1.85 lakh rupees. There is a photograph of the bomb makers found on that mobile phone. Every information was corroborated with forensic evidence, electronic and physical evidence gathered by the NIA. The National Investigation Agency filed a 13,800-page charge sheet on the 25th of August 2020. Of the 19 accused, 7 were Pakistani terrorists. This entire information is out there in public domain. India Today magazine did a cover story. The bomb maker of Pulwama. The inside story where we detailed how the National Investigation Agency tracked down the linchpin of that deadly Pulwama terror attack. There is evidence of involvement of terrorists in Pakistan. So for domestic politics and point scoring, are our leaders letting Pakistan off the hook? Are we cutting our nose to spite our face? At least on issues of national security and Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror that is bleeding India for decades, can we not always keep Indians first?
and India first.